God will position you and God will provide for you. Living for God is not always easy, but it's always worth it. Hey, let's look at this passage of Scripture in the book of Luke. And it goes like this. So while they were there, the day came for her to give birth. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and she wrapped him in strips of cloth, and then she laid him in a manger, because there was no room for him in the inn. And that comes from Luke chapter 2, verse 6 and 7. God has positioned you, and God will provide for you also. I wanted to bring out the scripture, so while they were there, and there was no room for them in the inn. Mary and Joseph had left Nazareth, and they were traveling to Bethlehem. It was not something they necessarily wanted to do, but it was something that was required of them as responsible people. But as we look into the scripture, I think that you're going to see that this is just not only about taxes. It's about the positioning of Mary and Joseph. They were in a very unfamiliar place, a place that wasn't their home, a place that they were not surrounded by their loved ones. God had positioned Mary and Joseph in a place so they could be dependent upon each other. God had also positioned them so they were to be dependent upon Him more than ever before. He could get even more of their attention where they were. Just as Mary and Joseph were rejected and whispered about in Nazareth, the same rejection was happening again here in Bethlehem. There was no room for them there in Nazareth, and there was no room for them here in Bethlehem. But God was making provision. In the rejection, He was making a way. He was making a way for an angelic visitation to take place. Glory was about to invade the earthly atmosphere. Mary was to give birth to the firstborn son, and she wrapped him and she placed him in a manger. God not only positioned her, but He provided. He did more than Mary and Joseph could even imagine. Hey, you may be in a season of there, but don't count it out. It's not always where you are, but whose you are. Know that if you're there, hey, God is positioning you for a great provision. God is positioning you so, hey, He can work through you. Sometimes, we miss our answer because we look at how we would answer our prayer. Hey, I'm certain Mary was looking forward to giving birth in her home, around her family, preparing to welcome the newborn babe into her house. But God, He had bigger plans. Hey, don't miss your answer by looking at self. Look for God. Listen for God. He speaks in many, many ways. Know that He hasn't left you. He's only positioned you. So I'm telling you, hey, get ready. Your provision is coming. Hey, we hope you're getting ready for the holidays. We want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. And get ready. Provision is coming.